I'm gonna answer a question I got on YouTube today, and it's from Johnny P. And Johnny P writes, I'm 35 years old, recently hurt my neck doing jiu-jitsu. I started about 3 years ago. I've injured my knee and my shoulder and my neck. Also, I've noticed that my injuries come after I start trying to incorporate strength training into, in addition to jiu-jitsu. He says, I try to train BJJ every night. So Johnny, thank you for the question. I've got a few questions of my own that I would ask. And number one would be, what is your warm-up or cool-down? Do you have any kind of warm-up or cool-down that you do? Is that something that you incorporate? Do you warm up actively? Do you stretch afterwards? Do you do any kind of mobility work, things like that? How intense is your jiu-jitsu training? Do you go hard every time? Like, do you roll 100%? Do you flow roll? Do you drill some days and take lighter days? And the other thing is, are you getting enough rest? So that's probably the most important question for me, because you said you've attributed the strength training as a factor in causing injury. So I would say probably, if I had to assume with the information that I have, I would say probably overtraining. And I would say that your body is not getting enough rest. I think you're getting so broken down with 7 days of jiu-jitsu that there's no days off. There's no days that your body can just kind of rest and heal and recover. And I think that adding on more strenuous exercise, more strenuous training, more strength training, that stuff is gonna compile and add on. It's gonna break down your tissue more. If you break down your tissue, that tissue's gotta heal and recover. And whether that's diet, whether that's getting enough sleep, doing the right things to adhere to a positive recovery, those things are gonna be focus areas. So if I had to give you some advice, I would say that number one, you gotta back off how many days you train jiu-jitsu. So if you wanna incorporate strength training, you have to take away some of those days. You can't combine and compile more kind of damage to your body, more breakdown of your body. Although strength training is very positive, it's a good thing, and it's gonna help prevent injuries long term. When you're already broken down and your joints are kind of beat up and your muscles are kind of overworked, you're basically overtraining, and you're just compiling and compounding on injuries that could be there. You're basically breaking your body down so much to where you're more likely to injure yourself, which is going to be a counter effect. Too much of a good thing is usually not a good thing, so too much exercise will break your body down. So but what I would say first is back off your jiu-jitsu to 3 to 4 days a week. Then you can incorporate 1 to 2 days of strength training and 1 day of recovery. And it doesn't have to be you just sitting on the couch. It could be active recovery, like going for a walk, or doing some light yoga, some deep breathing, some gentle stretching, those type of things. So for sure, I can see how strength training on top of jiu-jitsu is gonna really compound some of these things and maybe lead to some injuries. But in my opinion, and what I think you're doing, as myself being 35, almost 35 years old, I know my body can still go really hard, but it needs those days to recover. So I can still go at the intensity that I did when I was 25, but I need days off to allow my body to recuperate and to heal and to kind of get healthy. Johnny, thank you for the question. I appreciate it. And if you guys have any more questions, send them my way, jiu-jitsutherapist.com. If you're in the Louisville area and you want to work with me and work through some injuries, if you're having trouble getting over some injuries, reach out, jiu-jitsutherapist.com or Proform Rehab. Shoot me a message on there, and I'd love to help you guys out. So thanks again, guys.